Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're looking at what I believe is the best bike rack out on the market. This one here is a 2-inch version. It fits 16-inch wheels all the way up to a 29-inch wheel and tire sizes all the way up to 3.1 inch of width, but there is a spacer kit for wider tires in case you have a fat bike. Each rack slot can hold a bike weight of 50 pounds, and it's made out of the best materials. It's heavy-duty aluminum to fight against corrosion, and this particular one that I have right here that I'm reviewing is 5 years old. I bought it brand new, and look at it, it still looks fairly new. It attaches solid, so there's no play in the rack whatsoever when it attaches to your vehicle. So here we go, let's get into this. Today I've got in front of me the One-Up USA bike rack. This is going to be a review after 5 years of use of the One-Up USA bike rack. Dressed a little warm today because it actually snowed quite a bit a couple days ago, and it's still trying to off and on, and it's really bright out here still. But what we have here is the 2 bike hitch, and that's the 2-inch hitch on this bike, on this rack. And it's really simple to use. Right here, as you see it, just to shut them, you just push these things down. And that closes it. And it keeps these things down when you don't have a bike on it. What you use to put it on and take it off is simply this tool here. It comes with 2, and then on the bottom there's like a hole in it, so it's an Allen key with a hole in it. And it's real simple what you do. This thing is so easy to take off and put on, it's gonna blow your mind. Check this out. All you have to do is, right now I'm gonna take this out. You put it in. You take your Allen, and then right down here, that's it. It's in there solid. That took me not even 1 minute. I'll take the key again to take it out. Again, we're going to loosen it the other way. You just come over here, pull it out, and it's right there. It's off the vehicle. One of the neat things about this rack is you can fold it up. You take these little blue notches that are right here, and they fold up like that, and then you take this one here. It's kind of tight. And there you have it. This can go in your car for easy storage if you're gonna go through a car wash or back somewhere into your garage. I'll pull it back out. And I'm gonna do this way. Take this, pull it down. Here's the other one. This goes down, this goes down. Goes right back in, and there it is. So yeah, how do you put a bike on? Now, in order to put a bike on, it's very simple. You take this red lever, you lift it up, and you just pull this back. I'm gonna grab my wife's bike because mine is in the shop at the moment. Boom, there you have it. It was that quick. and it's on there very sturdy. It's very simple to do. And then the way you take it off is you just put a little pressure on this, pushing it toward the tire while you lift this up. So I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to push on this. That's all. I'm going to do the same on this side. And there you have it. That's it. So I'm going to lock this up again. We're going to pull this back to another bike. Now this is the 2-hitch version that I have. We're going to put a little dirt jumper on here. Boom, and there you go. And I've taken this, it's on there solid now, it's not going anywhere. With my bike, probably sits a little bit higher. Sometimes the pedals and stuff, they could move around and touch, but not usually. You can lower the dropper posts, and another thing you can actually do is if they're coming too close in contact, all you have to do is you can maneuver the bike and shift them. So if I had my bike, I could show you, but you can move one bike further forward, and then you can take the next bike, move it further that way. This way, the dropper post isn't touching the handlebars or anything of that nature. So that's putting bikes on there, which is very simple. So we're going to take them off. Lift up the red bar, and simply pull that back. Lift up the red bar, pull this back, grab a bike, and it's out. Close this. And another bike is out. So one of the things I will say about this rack is I've actually had people rear end me with my bike rack. It's quite annoying. I always kind of try to watch to make sure people aren't getting too close and tailing me. But I've had people rear end me, and they hit this pretty hard. But if you look at it, look at that thing. It's pretty solid still. Haven't had any issues with it. This thing is... The reason I like it is because there's only, on these little things, that's all that's plastic. Everything else is made out of metal, aluminum. I'll look it up and see if I can find that, post it on the screen for you there. But the way this rack lifts up is quite simple. Is underneath there is a bar, and I'll show you this bar. So what you have to do is you grab this bar, which is right here underneath. Put her hand on that, lifts it up, and it moves it. So as you saw in that last picture, pushing this, we're going to push that in. It lifts all the way up. It's kind of dirty, so it's got a little squeaking. Same thing back underneath. You push this up, and it goes back to that position there. When you have a bike on, it's very easy to lower. You push the bar in again, and it simply drops, and the hatch can close, the bikes are out of the way, and then when you're done, you just pick it up from here with the bikes, So as I've said, I've had this rack for 5 years, multiple miles. I've driven this thing several places into some very gnarly rocky places. But because everything's made out of metal, nothing has ever happened to this thing. I chose the black version. There is an aluminum version that's obviously, it looks like aluminum. It's this color. But this thing it can take a beating, no doubt about it. I think this is the best rack out there, 5 years running, and not a problem, not an issue. And I tend to keep my things in pretty good shape. So if you noticed it looks like it's in pretty good shape. It's not really bad. For 5 years worth of usage. Now, down here on the bottom, that is where you screw it into place, where you saw me putting the Allen key. So the Allen key goes into there, and then they make a lock now. So right on the top here, the lock goes into that so that no one can put a similar Allen key and steal your rack. So if you take a look on top, there it is. There's the hole, and the lock goes right through there. Now, I don't have a lock to show you at the moment. I did order one, but I don't have it at the moment. But one of the things you'll notice is if you take a look at it, a lot of the parts that are on here, you can get, if something comes loose, you lose something, you can get this stuff at any hardware store, Lowe's or anywhere else. I had this bolt here come apart, and that happened when I had these things loose. This one, as a matter of fact, this one was also open, and it took a beating because it hit some rocks. Well, this bolt came loose, but I was able to go to Lowe's, find the same stuff, and repair it easily, no problem. Didn't even have to reach out to the company. The other thing the company offers is you can put an additional rack for 3, or another one right here in the back to add for a 3rd or 4th bike, if that's what you want on there. Now, there is a new rack that they came out with, and I will post that up here in a second so you can see that one. But this is the older version, and they still make it. And again, like I said, this one is 5 years old, still works flawlessly. I highly recommend this rack. This is not a sponsored video. I don't work, or I'm not sponsored by OneUp in any particular way or fashion. I just like to share with you guys the good equipment that I use, that I found useful in my travels and in the things that I'm doing when it comes to outdoors, mountain biking, hiking, and that situations. But I think anybody who buys this, you're gonna see the price, you may say, man, that's expensive. But you know what? You get what you pay for. You'll buy one rack that'll solve it all. That's it. You're not gonna need another rack. I've had friends who've had, you name the brand, and you might be driving down the road, look around at some of the racks you're seeing. They look faded, the plastic parts, they bend and they twist. Some of the plastic parts, they break over time because there's plastic. This thing is all solid, it's metal, it's made in the USA, looks great. I believe they're made in Wisconsin. I'll put a link to the website in the description if this is something that you like. Check it out, go to the website, see if it would fit your needs. Again, this is a 2-rack version. You can also buy it with a one rack version and add additional racks if you like. Thanks for watching, you guys, and we'll see you the next time we go out to travel the narrow trail.